Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Cantina Social Hour. Happy Friday night. I hope everybody is doing very, 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 very well. Thank you for your patience. Really appreciate you guys. Just got home. I took my dog walking, and I took her to here in San Diego. We have Coronado Dog Beach, so I took her there. But then coming back, it was an abnormal amount of traffic for this time of day. So thank you for your patience. Appreciate you guys. Got home as soon as I could, and here we go. We're on live. So good to see everybody that is in here with us tonight. Love you guys. Hey, Pico everyone, how you doing? Jedi Secrets, how is it going? Welcome to the show. Having a great week. Thank you. Hope you are too. Very busy. Paul, how's it going, Paul? Good to see you. Adam, how you doing, Adam? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Milky Way Skywalker, how's it going? How's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Mary, how's it going, Mary? Great to see you. Who do we got? Who do we got in the house? Yeah, so our good little crowd gathering here. So hope everybody is doing very, very, very well. Again, I hope you had a great week. Hope you're having a great October. We're in the middle of spooky season, which is like the best time of year. Like seriously is. Yeah, it's still a little warm though here, and SoCal it's still been kind of warm, but it looks like it's going to finally start cooling down this weekend. So I'm going to be feeling more of those vibes, more of the fall vibes, more of the Halloween vibes, and I already started this week trying to get in my scary movie time. When I have time to do that. But I'm really, I'm starting to feel I need to decorate and all that still. But been a busy, week. Been a busy, I guess, really last several weeks. Really, when you factor in my trip to Japan and everything that I told you guys about last time, and all the stuff that was going on. I had a lot going on this week. I'm gonna tell you guys about it. Thank you, Adam, for that compliment. All the music VC does is originally created music. It's the music you hear in the backgrounds of the videos, going back for years now. So I'm glad that you enjoy it. And I'm thinking about putting out an album actually, on SoundCloud or something, Apple Music, just like an album of like 10 of the, VC tracks. And would you guys be interested in that if I put an album together so you could get the tunes? Pico B1, how's it going? Are we talking ghosts? We should, right? Like I said, spooky season. We should talk ghosts. Why not? Jedi Secrets. Where in Japan are you going? Medical Station, Marina, Okinawa. I've never been to Okinawa actually. I've been to Japan twice now, but I haven't been to Okinawa yet. I do intend to go there one day. But I've been to like the main part of Japan. Which I adore. I'm gonna go back again. Sorry, I'm a little hyper. To the album, okay, got it. Yeah, I think it's good like driving music. I even listen to my own music at the gym. Hope that's not weird, but I find like it kind of pumps me up a little bit. Like I love doing the music. So yeah, I can definitely work on that. Fematic, how's it going? Good to see you. Hope everybody's doing well. So it's just me tonight. There's no guests. Next week we'll have a guest. Last week, I went to an hour and a half here by myself, and my voice at the very end was like done. So I may not go the full hour and a half this time. I mean, I know technically it's Cantina Social Hour, right? But I'll go as long as I can. But yeah, I don't want to stress out my voice because, I mean, you guys know the situation. I had the thyroid surgery earlier this year, and I still get pains, believe it or not. Like I kind of went a while without any pain at all, like months. And then in recent weeks, it started to hurt again. I can hear. See, like a big gap in my neck. Well, not big, but there's a gap in my neck. I started having pain again, like off and on. So what can you do? I guess, it's a major thing, right? So it's going to take time, I guess. It's just kind of weird that it was fine for a long time and now it's starting to hurt again. So, but yeah, so I think maybe that affects my voice to some extent. I don't know. But yeah, great to be here. So tonight is what we're going to be doing. We're going to talk about I went to Galaxy's Edge this week. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about Droid Depot, building your own droid. We're going to talk about the latest Star Wars toy news, and I'm going to talk about my new acquisitions that have come in this week, and pretty similar to what we normally do here on the channel. And in between all that, if you have any questions, definitely drop them. You want to comment on anything, leave your comments here. Hit me up. Hit me up. You want to be on Social Hour? Let me know. Hit me up. I'd love to have you guys on Social Hour. What if we just had everybody on Social Hour? Like we did a night where just everybody in the chat was on. I don't know if I could actually do that, but that'd be cool. If we could do that, that would be cool. All right, let's see, what do we got here? All right, so I'm going to start with my first personal question. I guess it depends on what it is. Maybe send it on Instagram or something, because I don't know what you're going to ask. And that's kind of a weird thing to ask on a live stream, I guess. I mean that as nicely as possible. But yeah, send me a message on Instagram. I don't know what it is, but I don't know how personal you want to get. Instagram though, please. Please. All right. Social Hour Social. Yes, I like it, Adam. That would actually be the title. Maybe I could even write a song for it. I don't know if I write a song for it. What did I pick up in Japan? Milky Way Skywalker. I talked about that last week on Cantina Social Hour. It wasn't actually a lot. It was a few gashapons. I didn't really buy anything because like this time I didn't have anything in mind going to Japan. Like I the first time I went, I was like, I'm gonna buy these Bandai figures, I'm gonna buy this, I'm gonna buy that. This time I didn't really buy a lot. I didn't have it in my mind that I was gonna go look for certain things, but I did pick up little small souvenir type things. Like gashapons are convenient, easy to get, easy to travel with. We got some decoration for the house. Not really a toy, but nice. Mexico City. Love it. I need to get to Mexico City. How was it? Did you have a good time? Hope you had a good time. All right, so we're going to start off with the first topic here. So I did go to return to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. My family came to visit, or some of my family. My sister came to SoCal, and I got to hang out with her and her family, and my niece and nephew and brother-in-law and his family, and it was so cool. It was so fun. I've been going to Disneyland for as long as I've lived in SoCal, essentially, like for the last 15 years. But I've never gone with my immediate family, like other than like my husband or, but so it was really cool going with her and with the kids and all of them, because, it's when you go with kids, like you see Disneyland kind of like in a different light. You kind of get to experience it through the kids to some extent. So that was a really cool thing. And they had a great time. So, Disneyland, it was hot. Like I said, it's been really hot in SoCal for the time of year that we're at. Which isn't 100% abnormal, but it is something that does sometimes happen. So it was good though. The only thing I can really say is that, Disneyland, and this is no secret, is expensive, and it's kind of absurd how expensive it is, to be honest. But I guess it is what it is, right? It's either you pay it and you go or you don't, right? So it's like, I love to go, for better or for worse, for more money or for less. And I don't go that often. I really don't. When I lived in OC, when I was an OC girl, I lived like 20 minutes from Disneyland, and I was able to go there a couple times a month. We're talking about 10 years ago, a long time ago. When I moved to San Diego, though, it's prices have been expensive there, and it's just kind of a little harder to do that. So and not impossible. It's like an hour and a half drive, but if you beat the traffic. But it's just not as convenient as it used to be. Some people make it work still. I know a lot of people that live like in San Diego, or they live in other parts of SoCal, or even like Vegas or Phoenix, and they still make it work. So that's cool and all. It's just for me, it's I got a lot going on. But I still love to go to Disney. And I'm a big, you guys know the Discoveryland podcast, my Disneyland history show, which I really need to get back to and work on some episodes for this show. But yeah, it was cool. It's cool to be there with family, and Galaxy's Edge was awesome. And I saw Ahsoka Tano. If you've seen my Instagram stories, I actually posted it today. Maybe I can pull it up here, but I saw Ahsoka at in Galaxy's Edge. I hadn't seen Ahsoka, so that was kind of cool. I wouldn't say she looked spot on, but it was cool to see Ahsoka in Galaxy's Edge, right? I mean, that was pretty neat. There were people trying to take photos with her, but the cast members were saying like, oh, Ahsoka doesn't like to stay still. She likes to move around. She likes to. So, they were letting people take photos with her, but she was like kind of like on the move, and then they'd take more photos, and on the move, take more photos. But, Kylo was there. The Stormtroopers were there. I got to do Rise of the Resistance. Didn't do the Millennium Falcon ride this time. It's an okay ride. It's just my issue with Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is that if you get even one person on your because there's 6 people in the cockpit. If you get even one person that is not decent at their job, then the whole crew suffers for it. So, it's not my favorite ride by any means, and it's totally skippable in my opinion. Unless you're going for the first time, then definitely do it. But especially if you're a pilot, like even me, when I fly the Millennium Falcon, I'm not that good at flying the Millennium Falcon. So it's hard. So it's the kind of ride that I can, I'm okay not doing. But Rise of the Resistance is like a must do. So we did do that. It was great. And, I enjoyed being there. And I'm going to talk about something cool that I got to do on my trip to Galaxy's Edge for the first time, something that I really wanted to do. Mary, I love taking kids to the park and taking pictures. Super fun. Yeah, absolutely. It is fun. It is fun because kids, when they're in that moment, they're seeing their favorite characters, they're reliving, their favorite film or whatever it is. It's just cool to see them excited and happy. The lightsabers at our Galaxy's Edge, I heard that they're pixel lightsabers and not the regular lightsabers. That's true. No, they're regular. Like if you've ever bought a Force Effects, they're basically that. They're not NeoPixel. NeoPixel are way better, but that's not what those are. These are like a cut. I would say these are a cut below what Hasbro's doing with the Elite Force Effects line. Like the electronics aren't the best. They don't have smooth swing. They don't have like the blades they're okay, but they're not like super, super bright. And they don't have like flickering blade or anything like that. So, they're decent, but they're for what they are, but they're not like anything spectacular. They're not NeoPixel by any means. So whether you buy a legacy lightsaber, like you go and you buy a hilt that already exists, like Vader's hilt or Luke's hilt or whomever, they're just going to be regular lightsabers. Same if you go to Savvy's workshop and build your own lightsaber. It's just going to be a standard lightsaber, basically. It's not going to be a NeoPixel. They don't do those. But you can take your own lightsabers into Disneyland. So if you have a NeoPixel, you have a different kind of saber, you can take it in. They'll let you do that. Only time I've been to California was in San Diego, and I had a blast in Del Mar business trip. Very nice. That is a very nice area. Disneyland and Star Wars night tickets should be coming up for sale in February. Last night was amazing. That sounds cool. I may try and do that with you guys, however. So maybe I'll see you there. Yeah, that sounds fun. It sounds like a good time. Yeah, so it was cool. I love going to Galaxy's Edge. I mean, it's not perfect. When they first built Galaxy's Edge, I was very concerned. And my dog may start to bark because I just heard a firework. I don't know why in the world there's a firework outside, but I just heard one. When I first when they first announced it, I was like, oh, Star Wars Land. Then when they started announcing how they're going to construct it, I was kind of concerned because, you know, I love Disneyland. I love Disneyland history. I got that podcast, Discoveryland. And I saw they were going to start taking over part of the old original parts of the park, like Frontierland. And they were going to kind of cut into that. They shortened the rivers of America. You know, so when you take a boat ride around it, it's not the full what it used to be now. It's like short. It's like 3/4 of what size it used to be. But they did a good job in the Frontierland area, like redoing that. But it's the Galaxy's Edge part. It's cool, but it's still at the stage, in my opinion, where it has potential, but it's not 100% there yet. I love the Rise of the Resistance ride. It's great. Like I was saying, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run is okay. They have amazing shops. The Cantina is awesome. It's always full. I love that they have build your own lightsaber in Savvy's workshop. I love that they have the Droid Depot where you can build your own droid. I love how they have things like that, interactive experiences, but they need more. They need more walk around characters. They need more. I know they're showing droids, like they're like Disney said, hey, we're trying out these droids. I don't know if you guys saw them. They look kind of like BD1, like BD units. They're not BD units, but they're walking around and stuff, and that's kind of cool. Like that adds life to that part of the park. But unless there's things going on, it's really kind of like there's a lot of dead space there. There's not a whole lot going on. They made it really big so it can handle crowds, which is great. But if you're not shopping, if you're not in the Cantina, or sitting down to have a bite to eat at like Ronto Roasters, then you basically got to be on one of the two rides because there's not a lot going on there. So there's a lot of potential, and I hope that they do invest more time. Like they said before Galaxy's Edge opened in 2019, they said, you know, there's going to be walk around characters, there's going to be more walk around, there's going to be droids, more that kind of thing, and it just never happened. So I hope that they go back and they work on that a little bit, because that would be great to see. Makes the best NeoPixel sabers. I can only speak for, I only have one, and I can only speak for Corbanth lightsabers. Corbanth is one of the more expensive brands, but they make a good product. They make a really good product. Their customer service is great. The only thing, the thing of it is that unless you buy a saber that's in stock, a lot of them you have to wait. I had to wait 6 months to get my Graflex, my Skywalker Graflex. And to be honest, it was worth the wait. It was kind of nice that I paid for it, and then when it came, it was like, oh, I don't have to pay for it because I paid for it 6 months ago. That was nice. On the other hand, you're having to pay for it 6 months before you get it. But I can only speak for Corbanth. I know that it's solid. I did have an issue with mine early on, but you know, their customer service was great. They took care of the problem. I just sent it back. They made an adjustment, sent it back to me, no charge. I was happy. It was pretty solid. They make a really good product, and they have whatever hilts you could possibly want. They've got it. They got all the latest ones from the new media, and they have all the classic sabers from the original trilogy and the prequel trilogy. So I would look at Corbanth. They are pricey, but you know, as they say, you do get what you pay for. So something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. Why do I keep hearing fireworks? Makes me wonder if like the football team are at the or something. It's really the only thing I can think of. Anyway. I gave it my annual pass the year they were building Galaxy's Edge. I need to go back. Yeah, I haven't had an annual pass, Mary, since probably like 2014-ish, because that was around the time that I relocated, and it wasn't really feasible. But also like that's kind of when prices started to go up, and from when I first started buying the annual passport, like I think 2008, 2009, it was a really good deal. It was like $450 a year, and it included parking. It included, you know, the this is the highest end one. It included all the discounts, and it was a payment plan, so you only paid like 20, I forget what it was, 25 bucks a month, something like that. It was a really good deal. But now it's like the prices on the passes are just insane, like just really insane. And like I said, you know, if people are willing to pay it, and people do pay it, and they go to Disneyland and they enjoy, then why would Disney lower the price? I mean, so I will say that there was a lot of maintenance related things that were not quite up to par from what I usually expect of Disney. For what they charge, you know, you expect everything to be in working order, everything to look tip top. When I went, there were certain things that weren't, like at the very beginning of the day, the Haunted Mansion holiday wasn't working. It was just not, the ride wasn't going. And there were a couple others. I know Space Mountain's under refurbishment right now. There were rides closed. There were other ones too. I think Big Thunder may have been closed. And something else. Oh, Mickey's Runaway Railway was, and Minnie's Railway was closed. So, and then there were a lot of little maintenance things that I noticed that just weren't, like effects that weren't working, like in the Matterhorn, effects that weren't working in the Sleeping Beauty Castle walkthrough, like, you know, just things like that, like deferred maintenance stuff that really should be in tip-top shape for what you're paying. I mean, even if you weren't paying that, I mean, this is Disney. This isn't Six Flags. This isn't, you know, any other park. This is Disneyland. It's like the top, supposed to be the top tier of a theme park experience. So it's kind of unacceptable when things aren't working 100%. And I know rides break down. I get that, but you know, when you get there at the beginning of the day and there's things already not working, it's like, you pay for what you pay, and then it's like, it's not working. So hopefully they figure that out. Yeah, absolutely, Adam. Yeah, and yeah, for sure. Long waits is kind of the name of the game these days, right? I mean, at least with like Hasbro, though, it's like a pre-order, right? And like you get it when you get it. You don't have to pay up front, I guess. I mean, with Hot Toys, you kind of do sometimes, just depending on how you have your payments set up. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with waiting, honestly. When you amass a big collection and your space is at a premium, I don't mind waiting. 100%. I'll wait. Take your time with it. Do it right. That's the best. To me, that's the most important thing that they do. Doesn't matter what company it is, Hasbro, Hot Toys, whatever. Do the best product you can. And that's what I want you to send me. It doesn't need to be the prototype. It doesn't need to be, I just want the best possible product. So I'll wait the 6 months, I'll wait a year, whatever it is. Give me the best possible product for my money, and I'll be content with that. I don't mind waiting. Never been to Disney World or Land? You should, at least once. Pico V1, at least once. I would recommend at least one time. It's definitely worth it. I'm partial to Disneyland only because that's my local park, and it's the original Disney park. So the good thing about, you know, and I know there's a lot to do in Florida too, but the good thing about Disneyland is that, you know, you're in SoCal and there's plenty to do, plenty to keep busy with. Even if you're not going to theme parks, there's beaches, there's mountains, there's, you know, restaurants, there's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of other things you can do. And if you like theme parks, there's plenty of those too. I guess no, either East Coast or West Coast, but definitely I would try and do it at least once. Nobody's commented on my haircut. Do you guys notice I got a haircut? I got a haircut again. Well, for the first, I haven't had this short in like 2 years, but I got a haircut. So that's not really an acquisition. All right. So one of the things that, just get a banner going right here. Yeah, I think the high school, I'm hearing more fireworks. I think that's what it was. I think the high school won their football game. I want to talk about the Droid Depot. So at Galaxy's Edge, you know, they have the Droid Depot. And I believe that probably most of you are familiar. If you haven't been, at least you've heard of the Droid Depot. The Droid Depot, I need a sip of my drink here. Can you guys hear the fireworks? I'm surprised my dog isn't barking. The Droid Depot is something that I've always wanted to do at Galaxy's Edge, but I've never had the chance to do it because, you know, I was buying other things. I was going to buy lightsabers at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities, or I was doing other things. I finally made an appointment, or I didn't make an appointment, I just walked in. I finally went to Droid Depot, and let me tell you, this is a really, really, really cool thing. I'm a believer now, I'm a subscriber now in Droid Depot. And I want to give a special shout out to Dan O from the Dan O channel, who had on here when we did the cancer fundraiser about a month ago now. And you know, he's one of the best. If you're interested in Galaxy's Edge, you're interested in Droid Depot or any of the lightsabers, check out Dan O. He's a friend of the channel. We've met up in person. He's awesome. He's a really positive, awesome part of the Star Wars fandom collecting Galaxy's Edge community. So thanks to him for his tips and his thoughts. So this is a really cool thing because, you know, you're not going in and you're not making like a life-size astromech droid. You're not making like the highest end possible radio controlled droid, but you're going in and you're having a really fun experience, whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, and you're doing something really cool. You're building a droid, and that's why it's called the Droid Depot. So you go in, you can buy if you want to buy accessories and add-ons, you can do that. But basically, you can make an appointment or you can just walk in. I just walked in because I didn't know exactly what time I'd be going, and I don't like committing to like a certain time when it's like a theme park, right? So I went in and I asked if I could build a droid, and they said absolutely. Yeah, ghosts in the attic. Yeah, could be. And they said, yeah, come on in. So there's 3 droids you can pick from, but you don't actually have to build one of these droids. I think they just ask you for like research purposes. But they say you can build an R series droid, which is like R2-D2, like that style. You can build a C series droid, which is like Chopper, like one of that style. Or you can build a BB unit, like BB-8. So initially I said I want to build a C series droid, like Chopper. But then I got there, because they give you a basket, and then the basket shows what parts you need to collect. So you go to this conveyor belt that's moving, and you can pick the parts that you want to build. You can do any color, you can do whatever you want. I was looking at the C series droids like Chopper, and I wasn't feeling the colors. Like I don't think they had 100% of their stock out, at least when I went, either because they were sold out or because I don't know. They didn't have 100% of all the options available. So I was looking, and I said, you know, I went and asked, I said, hey, you know, I said C series, but I'm not really feeling the colors. Can I do an R series instead? And they were like, sure. So I went, and I had my sister and my niece with me, and they were kind of observing. You can take 2 people with you to build a droid. And I started looking at parts, and then it occurred to me, what do I want to build? Because I hadn't really thought about it. Like I was thinking C series droid, but then I went to R series droid, and then but I hadn't thought about colors. I hadn't thought about anything. I just kind of wanted to go in and feel it out. But as I was doing it, I was like, maybe I can build something that kind of matches my new car, the car that I was talking to you guys about last week. So I start looking for parts that are in those colors, like red, white, black. You know, that's the kind of the theme of my cars, those 3 colors: white, black, and red. So I started looking for parts that I matched. My niece kind of like pointing out things that she liked to help me out. So she helped me a little bit, and over a few minutes, I collected parts to build this little guy right here, my new VC's Cantina Social Hour co-host right here. This is him. I'd like to introduce you to R3-V8. And I'll tell you why he's named that, but so in just a second. So you get your basket of your parts, and you go to the station, and then you assemble it. There's like a pull down electric screwdriver, and you screw the legs on, you attach the head, you put the 3rd leg in. If it's an R series droid, you select your panels. The panels come in blue, red, white, and black, and you can choose whatever you want. So it's really cool, and it feels like you're putting it together. And once you've done that, you then put the droid in this little box kind of thing, and then you push a button and it lights up, and then they show the droid. You look at the droid as he's coming to life, or she's coming to life, and its head starts to move. Its eye lights up, and then you see it come to life, so to speak. And it's just a really cool little experience. And they give you a box, you can carry it around, or you can buy a backpack. And I also bought a personality chip with my droid. So to get a personality chip, there's several of them. There's Resistance, there's First Order, and there's Smuggler. And you can choose different sounds within those categories. And I'll talk about which one R3 here has in just a little bit. But gotta say, I don't know why I waited so long to do this, because it was so fun. I felt like a little kid. Like my sister was videoing me, and I was just there like smiling and building my droid and having a good time. And it's cool. Like, I mean, like I said, they're not the fanciest products in the world. It's $100 to do it, which isn't terrible when you think about the experience and the customization and the fact that it's radio control, or you can download an app and control it with the app. So it was a really fun experience. I had a blast, and I'm totally going to do it again next. I still need to build my own saber there, but I want to build another droid. I really want to. I want to get my C series droid. I want to get my BED unit, and I want to do another R series droid. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, so that's definitely what I had in mind. Yeah, so let me see if I can pull up the little video I have here of R3 coming to life, so you guys can see what it is I'm talking about here. Let's see if I can get this to load. La 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 la. Okay, here we go. Let's present, share screen. All right, so this is my little friend, my little navigator, my little co-pilot, R3-V8. Tell you about the name. It's an R3 unit because the dome is clear. So I guess if it has a clear dome, it's an R3 and not an R2. I didn't know this at the time, but I've been researching droids like for the last 2 days, and that's what this is. It's an R3 unit because it has a clear dome, which I'm cool with, R3. Yeah, so I did want to kind of match my car, and so I went with the white, black, and red sort of theme, and it kind of looks like a Coca-Cola to me also. But yeah, so it's really cool because it's just the customization and the personality chip. You really make it your own droid, and you can actually go on to further personalize and customize it if you want to. They have stuff you can buy there at Galaxy's Edge in the Droid Depot. You can buy like accessories, you can buy stickers, you can buy extra panels. Like I mentioned, the personality chips. I did buy the personality chip, but I didn't buy anything else. I didn't buy any other stuff yet, but I do intend to continue to customize R3 here. Yeah, so I was really happy with the whole thing here. You can see that I have him in the back seat of the car, buckled up, because safety first. And also I'm obviously a very big goof. So there he is. There he is with the car right there. And here's a little video of R3 coming to life. So you can see the lights, you can see, there he is, right there. That's the moment where he first comes to life right there. Love it. Love it, such a lot of fun. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this little guy. I'm a big fan of this. I loved doing this. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, if you're going to Droid Depot, Galaxy's Edge, try this out. This is cool. What's neat too is that once you build it, you don't have to carry it around with you all day. They'll hold it for you. There at the Droid Depot, they'll hold, and not just this, but any merchandise you buy in Galaxy's Edge, they'll hold it for you until the end of the day. Just make sure you go back before closing, you pick it up. So that's what I did with R3-V8. So obviously, you know, I try to match the colors to my car, like I was saying. So R3, because it's a clear dome, R3, V8. The V stands for Victoria, I guess, but also it's V8, like my car, a V8. So that's kind of where that came from, or where the name came from. So yeah, so this is R3-V8 right here. My little friend R3-V8 does have a switch here on the bottom. And here he is. Here he is. So basically you pick out the torso, you pick out the head, you pick out the legs on the conveyor belt. So that's what I did. I got, my niece actually said to get the red torso, so I listened to her and I got the red torso. And then the legs, I wanted black, so I got black. Same with the third leg. I didn't have to get black for this one. I could have gotten white, blue, or red, but I went with black so I could match the other two legs. And then, like I said, the dome is clear. You can see the inside. So it's an R3 unit. I actually thought that was really cool. And then when you start building the droid, you pick out these parts, these panels on the legs. You pick those out. And then you pick out these two little panels right there, the white one and the black one. And again, those all come in the same colors, white, black, red, or blue. Or you can buy additional panels as accessories before or after and put your own. They have other colors. They actually make metallics of all these other colors. So you can buy like panel packs that have those, and they also have like little drawers and stuff. I mentioned that I did put a personality chip in here. So I did buy this personality chip right there. And this is a smuggler, it's a smuggler chip. So that means that R3 was up to something devious because R3 has the smuggler's chip inside him. And I'll show you now what he sounds like. And I'm saying a he because I decided that it was a boy. You get the remote control as part of the experience. And hi R3, how are you? So you can see that I don't have the chip in there right now. So without the chip, it's basically just R2-D2 sound, just standard astromech droid R unit sounds. Which is great. If that's what you want, that's cute. But I didn't want to build R2-D2. I wanted to build my own thing. So I got the personality chip. They're $14.99. And then you just put it in there like that. Close the panel. And like I said, you can buy, they sell extra panels if you want to switch the colors. I may switch these panels to white, is what I'm thinking. I may switch those out to white. Now, with the personality chip in there, the sounds are completely different. Check it out. It cracks me up. So yeah, I love the sounds. Now that I bought that, when you're in there, you can actually, they'll play you the personality chips. There's actually a display where you can push the buttons to hear them, but they all sounded the same. But when you're buying your droid, when you're paying for the experience, you can actually buy the personality chip right there as well, and they'll play them for you, but it's loud in there, so it's really hard to hear. So I didn't know 100% what this was going to sound like until I got the chip in there. But I really like the way it sounds. It doesn't sound like a standard R2-D2 or astromech R series. It's got a very unique sound to it. Almost reminds me of like kind of like a baby, like just kind of cooing and making like, you know, different sounds. I love it. To me, it's just unique, and like I said, I wanted something unique. And yeah, I love that clear dome. It's really cool. I've seen people on social media that like customize it and they add lights in there and stuff. Yeah, so he's great, and you know, with the remote control, You can make it go around. He goes forward, he goes back, he goes side to side. You can move the head. And then there's also a button on here if you wanted to add some of the add-on accessories. Like you can add, you can buy like the little the rockets to put on the sides, like R2-D2 and Attack of the Clones. You can also buy like lasers that they like a laser gun. And you can buy like a drink tray and like tools to put up here on the dome or to put it here inside the panels. You can do all that. I haven't done it yet. I do intend to continue to customize this guy a little bit to make him more my own. But I like it. I haven't really seen, like, to me it's fairly unique. And I'm very happy with it. And I want more. And I know I should. No, I really like it. It's just, what do you think? Do you want a brother or sister? Is that a yes or a no? Could be fun. Yeah, so it's a blast. I mean, even if you don't see 100%, you know, you're not 100% happy with the choices they have, just to do the experience of building your droid at least once is really cool. And, you know, I didn't fully understand that until I did it. I knew it was a cool concept. I knew it was a cool idea. But until I got in that room and I started to do it, and I got to see like my own droid come to life, like I'm a believer now in the Droid Depot, like 100%. And you can actually join. Another shout out to Dan O, Mubo's droid builders on Facebook. It's a Facebook group, and I joined, and lots of folks on there customizing their droids and doing all kinds of crazy things with paint and deco and all kinds of cool things. So I'm definitely gonna continue to do that with him. He's awesome. So he's kind of like a new co-host of Social Hour. I'm sure he'll have a brother or sister joining him sooner rather than later. Yes, ghosts. We need to talk ghosts. We should. Thank you, Mary. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you, Adam. He is pretty stylish. He looks cool. To me, he looks cool. They have a lot of blue. They have a lot of white. They have black. For our series droids, they also have like a pink, purpley color, like a magenta. And they also have not just the R2-D2 style or R3 style head. They have like the more like pointed, higher, taller head. So I mean, there's a lot of things you can do for your own droid. And what's cool is you can also do like the chopper style body, the C series body. It's a little bit shorter, but you can add an R series head on the C series body, which is neat. There's a lot of cool things you can do, which I really like. It's pretty customizable. Okay, Skywalker, not finished making a droid because none of them look that great, but yours looks great. The best I've seen, and the fact that it matches your new car suit. Well, thank you. Thank you. It is a fun thing to do. And yeah, I liked the clear dome too. When I saw that, I saw it at least in black and in blue. So it's basically the same thing as this, but with blue instead. I think it had like a blue stripe going around the middle of it too. Do you think Hasbro will go back to the old days, like where they used to take a lot of Star Wars vehicles because they feel like they don't make too many? I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately, not for the vintage collection anyway. I wish they would make more vehicles, but they're making a whole lot of anything really these days for TBC. They're making a whole lot of anything. So yeah, that's the Droid Depot. R3-V8, you guys. He will be hanging out because he is our new co-host here on the show. How do you like the sound of that? So, no, you're not going to get paid for doing this. I mean, this is just to have fun, right? It's Friday night. Okay, now he's just flat out ignoring me. Yeah, okay. Well, you're here anyway, so there you are. yeah, so that's the Droid Depot. Let's see, what else do we got this evening? What else do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about, has there been any, there hasn't really been any Star Wars news, has there? Let me pop over. I always like to go to Yak Face's Instagram just in case I missed anything, because, you know, Jason is always posting. I don't know how he does it. That man is always posting stuff, like nonstop. Doesn't look like there's really anything too new. Oh, there is actually something kind of cool. If you guys don't mind me talking Black Series for just a moment, I'm going to talk Black Series for just a moment, okay? So right here, this picture did surface, and I saw it before Yakface posted it. Black Series Katie Mundi. Now, I love Jedi action figures. I always have, especially in 3 3/4. But if they're going to make it in Black Series, then I'm going to buy them as well. You know, I loved when they did, a few years back, they did Plo Koon and Kit Fisto, and, you know, then they did Ayla Sakura, and now here's Katie Mundi. I love that. So I'm definitely going to pick this up. It looks great. We need one for TVC, for sure. But this is nice, and I think it's always a good sign when they do something in Black Series that needs to be updated in TVC. Doesn't always mean they're going to do it, but I think that's a fairly good sign when there is demand for a figure in TVC, that when it comes out in Black Series, there's a better chance of it happening in TVC. So that is pretty cool to see, and that's really all the new stuff that's been announced for this week. I do want to share my acquisitions for this week. So let's go ahead and pull up a banner here for new acquisitions, and we'll talk about stuff that I've added to the collection other than R3 here. All right, so speaking of astromech droids, I did get in the Black Series R2-D2. This is the new one with the extra panels. Actually, this is the all-new R2-D2, because the original one from 2013 was too small. Always been too small. They finally redid R2-D2 to be a brand new sculpt. It's bigger. It looks better. Like, just looking at it, I haven't opened it, but just looking at it, it looks a bit better. And it's got some accessories there. He's also coming out in the standard Black Series line. This is the Return of the Jedi 40th. And he looks good. I haven't opened him yet, as you can see. But I do like how he looks. I do like what I'm seeing here. Also, this was from Shop Disney, but I did see them at the Star Trader in Disneyland on Wednesday. But this is R8H23. This is the holiday droid for this year. And I love that they used a unique or a different dome. It's not the usual domes on there. It's like more like the concept style. R2-D2 style concept dome, which is really cool. I forget if that's an R8. Well, yeah, it's an R8 because it says R8. Duh. So that's kind of neat that they did that. He's got the wreath, and he's got the, I love that. The gold bow on the wreath looks really cool. I love that they included a wreath. And yeah, he's got almost like a Christmas sweater type patterning on the front side. And I think he looks great. And I love the little, I don't know, it's like a green, just the way they painted the head, kind of look almost like an ornament type on the very top. And what's also kind of neat is if you look at the picture, this is Kijimi. This is the planet from The Rise of Skywalker. So that's kind of neat that they actually used that for once, for something. They didn't let that planet go to waste. You know, they used it on this figure. And you know, I will be opening this. I can only buy so many things to keep carded these days, and I try to stick just to the figures for TVC. So there's that. And then this came in today. This was from Entertainment Earth. I got the Ewoks, the Vintage Collection 2-pack. So I guess I didn't even know these were shipping. All I know is that I got a package today. I opened it up, and this is what was in it. So I was really surprised. Because I had no idea it was shipping. Yeah, it's shipping. So you open it up, and you can take out the figures. So these cards look really nice. Oh, this is kind of cool. There's like a tissue inside in between the figures so they don't rub on each other. It's nice. It's kind of nice. So the first one is the Ewoks Wicket. Card looks really nice, you guys. Unpunched. Wicket W work. And there's the figure right there. It's a repaint of the Vintage Collection Wicket. And yeah, he looks great. Like the picture looks nice. Card looks really nice. And there's the back right there. This is cool. I didn't know what to expect, but and then the coin. You also get the coin. This is cool. This is nice. When they announced these, I was like, oh, that's cool. But you know, honestly, like I'm not. And it was true also for the droids, like like when they did C-3PO, R2-D2, and Boba Fett, like it was cool, but I'm not really familiar with those series or with those figures because those were before my time. But I still appreciate the history of Star Wars, the Kenner Star Wars action figure line, of course. So I'm glad that they did something with Ewoks. And here's Nisa right here. Nisa looks really nice too. I love her little pink bonnet. She's super cute. And they did do Nisa back, I think it was the Legacy Collection. And I think this uses the same sculpt. But now she's got, it's a repaint. It's more painted in line more with the classic vintage. And again, the packaging just looks great. Coin looks great. The coin is actually looks to be like have you ever seen like a rose gold? It's kind of like that kind of color. It's like almost like a pinkish sort of color on the coin, like a rose gold. And there's the back right there. It looks good. It looks good. I'm quite pleased with these. I hope that they fit inside the clamshell, the clamshell from Figure Shield, because that's where they're going to go. So I guess we will see. But yeah, and that's cool. I like that. I got 2 sets of these. That way I can have one to keep carded and then one to open. And then so that's I got one more acquisition before we hit the hour mark here. Let me look at your comments first. Mary got the updated R2-D2. I thought it would be my last Black Series until I saw Katie Minty. Nice. Dr. Jones, welcome. Those Ewok cards look cool. I might have to order. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you order an Entertainment Earth, definitely use the code. I think the code is just Victoria. I need to double check it. Sorry, I need to double check it. But Entertainment Earth, you can get 10% off for in-stock items using the Victoria's Cantina code. So before we wrap tonight, I will go and find that code and just I'll add it in here. All right, so the last thing, and this is something that I ordered. I think it was back in like the beginning of August or something, like when Ahsoka was like just starting to come out, or before it even came out. This came in from Shop Disney. Actually, I believe it came in a little bit early. I forgot it was coming, so it was a little bit ouch because it came, at a time where, there's a lot of stuff coming out still. But from Shop Disney, I did get, let me make sure I hold it up right. I did get Ahsoka's lightsabers. I got the Ahsoka's lightsabers. So it has both of her sabers. It's got the normal saber and the Shoto saber, and it's got the blades. This is pretty cool. I saw these at Galaxy's Edge on Wednesday, and it was $350 for, I believe, for just the hilts. This set I picked up, I think it was for $320 when they were doing the Disney Plus subscribers like early bird thing on Shop Disney for $320, and it comes with the blades. So that's actually a pretty good deal considering what it is. Like the Hasbro Elite sabers, they're about $300 or so, and it's just one saber. Like this you get both. I know the tech isn't great in here. I know I'm sure Force FX Elite's going to be a little more proportionate. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit better in the electronics department. But with this, at least you get both of the sabers because Hasbro is only doing the main saber. They're not doing the Shoto blade. So I'm glad to have both of our sabers. So I can put them on the shelf and have both of the sabers, or I can put the blades in there. The sounds are accurate to the show, so that's nice. And these are downsized a little bit from the original, when they did the Rebels versions of these hilts. They are downsized. They're still a little big, but they are downsized a little bit. I don't know if the Force Effects Elite from Hasbro is going to be, it might be scaled a little bit better, I would imagine. But again, they're not going to do the Shoto blade right there. So this is a pretty cool set. I think that it was a good deal getting in on that early bird thing. Yeah, so I'll probably check these out over the weekend and see what they're like. Yeah, one day I'd love to display all the lightsaber hilts like on a shelf or something. I just don't have really room to do that right now. So yeah, so those are my acquisitions for this week. I didn't get any other franchise stuff. It was just Star Wars this week. I'm pretty happy with what we got here. I think it is pretty nice. So while we're on that, I want to look for that Entertainment Earth code right here real quick. See if we can pull it up. I want to make sure I give you the right code. I want you guys to get your 10% off. Okay, I want you to get your 10% off. So let's see here. Add this to cart. Check out. Let's see. We can figure it out. I should know the code to my own promo code, but they just gave me the promo code. I haven't done anything with it yet. So let me see here. Awkward silence. No, I almost got it. Thank you for bearing with me. All right, let's see here what they said. They said Victoria, So there is one code, fall free 79, but that's not the VC code. You want to use the VC code though, trust me. Let's see here. The VC code is better. It might just be Victoria. Let me double check here and see what it says. I'm going to add this to my cart. Yeah, it's Victoria. That's all the code is. It's just my name, Victoria. So add that. If it's in stock, it has to be in stock. You get 10% off. I'm going to type it right here. This is all it is, Victoria. You get 10% off and you get free shipping if it's in stock. So that should work. That's the promo code. It's just Victoria for Entertainment Earth. All right? Be sure to use it. Take advantage. And I will post that. I need to post that on social media too. I've been meaning to, but they just gave me that code. So there you go. There you go. There you go. Get yourself a deal with type in my name into the, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, but yes, type in my name to Entertainment Earth promo code box and you'll get your 10% and you'll get free shipping if it is in stock. It's got to be in stock, right? It can't be a pre-order. Cool. Well, we're at the hour mark, you guys. So if there's any last questions, go ahead and throw them in there in the chat and I will give you a couple of minutes before I answer. I'm just going to do a quick check right here and make sure I did not miss anything. Jedi Secrets, I don't see your message. I don't know if you were going to send one after all. It's cool if you're not. I didn't know if you were going to send one on Instagram. Let's see, what else? Did I miss anything else? Looks like I talked about acquisitions. I talked about, yeah, I think we're good. So if there's any last questions, I will go ahead and take them before we sign off for this evening. We'll look ahead to next week too. I have some brand new guests for the next 3 live streams that have never been on Social Hours. So they'll be making their debuts in the coming weeks. And I will reveal who those are beginning next week. I'll talk about that. Also got a new episode of the Vintage Collection podcast coming out on Monday. So be looking for that. And yeah, I'm working on new videos. So I'll have a video for the selfie series. I talked to you guys about that last week. I will do a video for this guy right here, R3-V8. I will do a video for talking about world building. That's what I am working on. It's talking about why it's important to finish scenes, just like with the new Vilken Tiziri being able to finish off the skiffs scene. So I got a video about that coming. I have a video as well for the Japan trip. So these are all things that I'm actively working on. And I'm hoping to get the first one out next week. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I got a lot in the pipeline, so to speak. So hang tight. And yeah, I'm excited for you guys to see those new videos. What do you think, R3? Is there anything else that we may have missed, or anything else we need to talk about? I think R3 went to sleep mode, because that happens after a little bit. R3, are you with me? R3, what's up? Did you have a good nap? Good. Yeah. So let's see what questions. July 3rd November, how's it going? We need to finish the second skiff. Yep, we need a new Potsnikin. We need to finish that second skiff. That would be really cool. That'd be really cool. Not my personal priority, because I would like to see other things completed. But yes, I agree. That's another video I'm actually working on as well, is you know, priority figures that we need in the vintage collection. So these are all videos that'll probably take me through the end of the year. And then I would like to maybe do like a recap or something where we talk about the best TVC of the year or something along those lines. Yeah, so I don't see any other questions. I think we're good. I think we are good, R3. I don't think there's any other questions that in the chat. So unless you can think of anything, can you think of anything we need to talk about? Oh, you just want to be done? Okay. I guess we can do that. Some people. All right, you guys. Well, as always, I want to thank you for tuning into Cantina Social Hour. It's been fun. Looking forward to having new guests on starting next week. Let me know if you have any questions. Even after this stream, you can always drop them here in the comments. You can shoot me a message on social. You can get in touch with however you want. So yeah, I am here. I am ready to answer your questions. Oh, one more thing before I forget. Oh, Milky Way Skywalker's back. Without any new Star Wars Disney Plus coming up, where she has her focus on completing figures. Yes, absolutely. They need to finish the Rogue One crew, finish the Solo crew, make the mains from A New Hope. We need all that stuff. Those are where the focuses should be. Finish out the last little like bits that we need to finish out some of these really important crews. Okay. So there is a join button down here. I added that a few weeks ago and I just failed to talk about it. There is a join button. If you join, there are different categories, different incentives. So check that out. If you want to join, cool. If not, no worries. But I just thought I would throw in that option just if you wanted to connect a little more deeply through VC. So yeah, the Bad Batch, I don't see that happening anytime soon, unfortunately. It's really sad that we have Hunter by himself and there's nothing even pipelined. Like that's kind of rough. All right, so thank you everybody. Have a great night. Be well, be safe, enjoy, be positive, have fun, and you know, love Star Wars, love whatever it is that you love. Enjoy your weekend, relax, have fun, and we'll see you here next week at the same time for the next edition of Cantina Social Hour. Be well, be safe, and the Force be with you no matter where you're tuning in from out in the galaxy. I wish you a good night. Peace out, guys. Be well.